Welcome, everybody. It's episode 14 of And Whose Fault Is That? Today we are talking about harvesting pixels, a digital crop rotation. I have no idea how to emphasize on that, so I'm going to let Phil start today's episode because what?
What? Yes, good evening. So, what had happened was
My whole.
So- no, I've had a bit of a I guess I've been being haunted probably for I don't know, years now with um a folder of tens of thousands. I think we talked about this maybe briefly. Something like 40,000, 50,000 photos
Yes, last we
that are
spoke, you
living on
said
a
it was 60, so I'm going to.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's just it's a vast. I have never counted them, but I mean, I should probably look in Google Photos and see. So I had I think I previously mentioned that I'm like, okay, I'm going to sort the digital copies into their forever home. So I've been last we talked, I was going through that whole shebang, and then by the end of this weekend, I actually finished. I actually found some videos even, and everything was handbraked and shuffled and cleaned. And if it existed on the hard drive, it's up in the cloud in my chosen forever home. Because I'm like, I don't know, it's got to go somewhere. And it's like, I'm already in on the Google ecosystem.
Mm-hmm.
And in the words of many people, good as places I need to dump your body. So finished all that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started thinking about what about all the print photos I have? Because when we went back to Europe, probably about 7, 8 years ago,
Okay.
upon me was bestowed probably. I mean, literally, it is. I wish I was kidding. Like it was just like literally a. This is half. It's like a plastic bag full of photos. It was like these have you in them. Do you want them? I'm like, sure. So I've got that, and plus, once upon a time when I lived in Boston, I had a film camera,
Mm-hmm.
and I went completely bananas with that as well. And so
Mm-hmm.
thousands of those photos. So I'm like, digitizing them, paying some a service, yada yada, is fun, but also costs a lot of money. But
Okay.
what recently had happened is I was I was carpooling home with a coworker who said, "Hey, remember we were talking about scanning photos?"
Yeah.
Yes, yes. I got one of those Canon like hopper feeder scanners for Christmas. Do you want to borrow it? Yes,
Yes, I
please.
do. Yes. Yeah.
Yes, yes, I do. So yeah, so it's my life I'm like part archivist now. So
Ew,
before the
okay.
podcast, yeah, before the podcast, I spent about an hour like fidgeting with this scanner, getting it up and running, and then feeding it photos like a circus seal, and realizing just exactly what settings. Because as I start feeding like batches of photos into it, it's you put them in face down, and as they come out of the bottom of the feeder, I'm like, these have entire like essays written on the back of them. How am I supposed to capture this goddamn data? And so it does have a double-sided feature. So we went through about like 100 photos,
Okay.
and then I'm looking at it, being like, I could just ignore the back of these. And then again, the more I say that, the more photos come with full like dissertations on the back of them,
Is there
dates,
anything that you
people, times.
remember jotting down?
Oh no, these are all my mother's handwriting, 100%.
Oh, okay. That okay.
Oh yeah,
Oh
this is
wow.
other relatives. So I'm like, well, let's go back into Google Photos, shift delete everything I just uploaded, grab the because I'm at least not going to be a lunatic about this. I grabbed every batch I scanned, I would put in a Ziploc baggie, and as I held up a Ziploc bag to the camera,
Not
I would
sponsored.
not sponsored actually. Store brand Lidl 50 count double zipper quart sized
Again,
bags.
not sponsored.
Not sponsored. Visit your local Lidl for great deals.
Okay. Um.
I need to do a Lidl grocery shopping. Anyway, say that to
Um.
people all the time. But anyway, so I've sorted. So at least I know what I have scanned and what I
Mhm.
haven't scanned. And um, what's it called? And so I started going back through. And this is where I was like, I gave up on this about like 7:30 because I went through and scanned like a batch, double sided. Was very proud of myself. Like I'm seeing it scanning the entire paragraphs.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
like, this
yeah.
is great. And if they're blank pages, it's skipping them, and I'm like, this is gonna be awesome. When I get to about 100 photos, and then what it does is does kind of like this thing does a two-stage scanning situation where it scans them all, and then it asks you what do you want to do with them, and you pick where your folder is, and then you hit finish. And at which point, when it takes them and dumps them into the folder of your choice, except I hit finish and it went pop and crashed, and I'm like, well, I'm not doing that again.
Oh no.
So I'm like, never mind. At least I know by Ziploc bag which ones I
Hi.
scanned. So we'll return to you later, and we'll do smaller batches than 100.
Okay.
I don't know if it was just because I may have been pushing it. I wasn't going too bananas. I was doing 600 DPI. So, and when I was looking at the
Maybe
files,
lower it.
yeah, but the output was about 1 meg per photo.
Oh well.
So it shouldn't be. They're not like 40 megs a pop. So I don't know. I'll just do them in smaller batches. Literally, it's
Was
just like
this
scan
one of
and then hit
those like application not responding where you just wait a few minutes and then all of a sudden it's good?
nope,
No.
vanished off my screen. And I'm like,
Womp
I'm
womp.
like, yeah, I'm like, hey, because I have a Mac. The little dot underneath the icon disappeared, and I'm like, huh, you son of a bitch. Well,
So
we'll revisit you.
you're making me think of oh my gosh, there's these like I think 2 or 3 big Rubbermaid blue bins in the garage,
Mm.
and I mean filled to the brim with photos.
Oh boy.
I think easy peasy 20,000, 30,000 photos are in
Yeah.
the garage. Yeah, because um Jake's mom would just photograph everything like all the time for
Mm.
like a huge period of time. And I guess when we voided the house after she had passed away, we just ended up grabbing all of the photos. Well, some of them were already like in these massive bins, but anyway,
Yeah.
there's like 2 or 3 bins full. I think easy peasy 20, 30,000 photos. I'm pretty sure, because if I think about a small stack of them all stuck together,
Yeah.
that's easy 100. Like it's got to be. Like maybe
Mm-hmm.
I'm exaggerating, but at the least 10,000.
I mean, if I look over on my mantle where I just started to start staging these, a group of about of this many was, yeah. I mean, same thing. About 2-3 inches is 100 photos, easy.
Yeah, right? Okay. Yeah, for sure. Then I'm
Mm-hmm.
thinking like 20K.
Yeah.
Full. And I just got scared of the thought.
But
Sort
this
through
thing goes
things.
through. I will like. I had been kind of eyeballing this idea a couple months back, where we're going through some boxes in Heather's garage, and I was like, we both have a lot of photos. Doing this on a flatbed scanner or doing this on a multifunction, because I've got like a printer scanner,
Mm-hmm.
fax machine. I don't know what year I bought it in, 1855. So, but and she's got a scanner inkjet printer, and I'm like, doing this on a flatbed is just, I mean, hire a small child, it'll be cheaper. But the scanners, I will say, they run about $300. So if you have that many photos, like $300 isn't like the end of the world.
Yeah, might as well just.
If he didn't offer to let me borrow it, because I know that he himself had also a ton of photos to scan from the family. I was eyeballing like which one to buy on Amazon just to go through this, but that and probably all the Boston photos. If I find out what routine keeps it from crashing, and I could just sit here like for an hour and then just like spoon feed it like bundles of 25 at a time. It's
25 at a time it is.
yeah. I
So
mean, actually
Nova
25 at a time, maybe a little bit more.
Nova says that you're the Phil is the Ash Ketchum of the photo world. Gotta scan them all. I think so.
Yeah, it's
I
yeah, it's
think so.
definitely
A
gonna be.
lot,
I'm
lot
like,
of scanning.
but this. I guess this is a. There's another podcast I listen to, and he talks a lot about like especially when a lot of stuff at work. going through college application stuff with a child, and I'm like, you know what? I want to control a small space. This will make me feel better.
Yeah. I mean, also, it's like one of those things like, if you're gonna see, this is consequence in the shape of photos. You want to take a million photos, this is what happens.
Yeah. You want to
30,
scan
40
photos? This
years
is what
down
you
the
get when you
line,
scan photos.
that's what you get.
Do you have any of like from your childhood, or is mom hoarding all of them? Or
Man, I really don't have that many. I think, so I feel like my father had a few photographs after the divorce, but he lost everything in a fire. Like his
mm,
apartment building caught fire, whoop, wiped everything. But I still think that my mom had 95% of everything, and I'm fairly certain that she still does. I just haven't gone through those photos in a while. I I don't know where they are. I'm sure she has everything, and she has like the old school plasticated, like, put the photos inside the
mm-hmm.
plastic, and that thing is so old that it's basically melting and caving in on itself, and you're like, wow.
Yeah. And that's,
Yeah.
I mean, Heather was saying when I offered this to Heather, I'm like, hey, when I finish figuring out a system to scan mine, like let's scan all of yours as well. But hers are also like in albums and in books. So not all, but I remember when we were going through the boxes, it's like 60-40. But still, it's like you'd have to extract them. And then comes the bigger question. So, okay, I'm going to scan these this this grocery bag full of photos that have been bequeathed to me. They're
Mm-hmm.
like 50% black and white,
Mm-hmm.
50% taken on the do you remember the old I think there were 110 cameras. They were like horizontal. The film was like these tiny little, oh, let's see here,
Are you talking about
110
like
film.
old Pentax?
No.
They were like mini VCRs.
No, I
No, then
don't
I'm not
know. I
thinking
don't know.
of it.
I'm
The
gonna
same
paste it
thing.
in. I'm gonna paste it in chat. A picture of it. See if maybe that runs a reminds you of it. I posted it
Oh,
in
I gotta look
Discord
at my
chat.
phone or else it
Yeah, I
scrolls
did.
up the broadcast.
Oh, okay. Well then,
Also,
just
for
look at the
anybody that needs a translation, when he said Boston earlier, it's Boston. In case you
Boston. Yes.
Boston, have it.
Yes. Well,
Yad.
back May, but yes.
Hold on, my Discord is crashing. Here's a bunch of dots, homestyle pretzels. Wrong freaking, wrong
You know,
chat.
there we go. We're gonna link to
There we go.
110
Okay,
film in.
so, oh my god, this printer harvesting pixels thing. Okay. Oh, this thing.
Yeah. So a lot of them, so they're smaller. They're small. They're probably 3 by 5. They're small photos,
Right.
but but I've digressed. The point is, okay. So I'm going to take my grocery bag of photos. I'm going to scan them. What do I do with them then? Do I burn them in a ritual fire in the backyard? Do I continue to hoard them in my basement where they can deteriorate and stick together? What exactly do I do once I've put them digitally in their forever home?
What do you do?
Oh, I don't know. I'm literally asking the question because I don't know.
Get rid of them.
That's what I'm like. That's where I'm leaning to. But then feel like family members are going to like come out of the woodwork. The
Is
dead
there
will
a family
rise and
member
be like,
that's gonna come out of the woodwork that could possibly say something?
I.
Do your parents want them?
Oh, I know. That's where like, am I just should just pawn these off on other family members? Be like, oh, I've digitized these.
Let's
Would you
scanned
like to forward
everything.
them?
Do you want them? Because some people
Yeah,
just
I've
prefer
scanned.
physical, and also some people have no idea how to use
Yeah,
digital. So
yeah.
a whack in the
I mean,
pack.
again, to me, this is like I know he's been going through and scanning stuff on his end, especially, but he doesn't have enough photos, I guess, to justify, or I would say he doesn't have enough photos to justify like a bigger investment other than his flatbed scanner. But I do. So, but it's yeah, I don't know. This is a existential question. I am leaning like 80-20 toward the, oh no, I just need to get rid of these. And get rid of them either means I pawn them off another family member, or I get I get somebody to sign an affidavit saying that I can burn these in a fire pit in the backyard in a ritual.
Is there
The
no
ultimate
way
scanning. To
to
shred them, I have a shredder too.
no. Is there no way to fix a high quality camera and just conveyor belt them and just hit record and start sliding photos through? Take the giant video and split it up by frame and then export each frame in Photoshop, which is the
Maybe, but
thing.
the scanner does it faster and it auto corrects them and makes them auto rotates them.
Oh, okay then.
Yeah, yeah, no, it's doing processing. Like when I say this, I'm like, I shove it in the hopper. I'd say the hopper holds about 25. That's like because it's about a half an inch stack.
Mm.
And I hit do the needful, and then it just churns for 5 minutes,
You do the
and just
needful. Jesus, I
yeah,
haven't heard
just
that in a while. Do the needful. Okay, yeah.
I was talking to a colleague earlier today who said her husband replies to her with that when she asks him if he did the housework.
Do the
I've done the
needful.
needful,
I've
and
done
she's
the
like,
needful.
I will come over there. Okay, now for those of us not watching video,
He's got a little bit of smuts.
yeah, Nyxi is currently wiping her dog's eyeballs
He's
with
got
what I'm
schmutz.
assuming is a Starbucks napkin.
So.
So nailed it.
So.
Listen, it was that or McDonald's, and I know you're trying to eat healthy, so
I think we've only had McDonald's once since we moved here, and then probably
it was on
once
accident.
in Michigan. Yeah, and yeah. I don't think we've had McDonald's in a while. It was on
But yeah,
accident. No. Those are always on purpose.
yeah.
Yeah,
So yeah, so that's my my saga of all the scanning things.
man, I can't. I'm thinking about that now. Like that's one thing that could be done because I know that it's just a huge project. Like
Yeah,
now that I think about it, because also we will have to tackle the same thing for his mom's pictures. It's just a huge project, and it's heavy as hell. Like these
yeah.
bins are full. Like, uh, sorting and all that stuff.
Well,
Like
see, that's the thing
this
is that
is,
I'm bypassing the concept of sorting because what I'm doing is I'm saying I need to feed the machine first,
and then worry
and
about sorting.
and then I can worry about sorting these because the Google Photos, my chosen service for this, has a
Yeah.
very has a very flat structure.
Mm-hmm.
So you can see them in chronological order if they have metadata. But in this case, obviously, I'm not feeding it any metadata. It's getting today's scan date. So
No.
I would have to essentially slap these together into albums. But I feel like once they're there, I can, I mean, again, it's going to be, if they're photos of my childhood, it's okay, black and white photos of me in my childhood between the ages of 0 and 3, you get shoved into this bucket. Um, I don't need to, anything that's been recorded since can kind of, I guess the other thing is, right, that back in the before times when photos were strictly analog, you tended as a family to be more conservative with your button presses,
Oh yeah,
so
yeah.
like, yeah, it's not like you shot 840 photos of a birthday. You lined up, you took candid shots,
More
whatever.
purposeful. Mm-hmm.
Exactly. So I do not have what I have from my child after she was born, which is me with a Nikon DSLR, 3 different lenses, and a shutter that won't quit. So
6,000, like 38 copies of the same photo. Yeah.
well, no, but it's all slightly different to the point where Google Photos will assume that I took them all in succession and turn them into motion GIFs,
Oh, that's great.
which is the best part, where it's like my daughter as an infant, like, moving her hands, and because I
Right.
took 850 photos but just holding the shutter as I'm it'll turn it into a GIF of moving her hand. I think it's hilarious. So I think that's a bigger pain in my butt, but thank God at least that has metadata, right?
Mm-hmm,
Because
mm-hmm.
that it will smush all those together and I can actually find them together. But the analog photos, at least I can kind of
I think
slap. Yeah.
I think the reason that I say sorting is because I know that there is a high chance that there is family on his end that he may want to disperse the photos to,
Yeah.
like send them to. So I feel like
Yeah.
there will be some sorting that will have to be
Yeah.
done, especially
You're
like,
gonna
oh,
need
I
it.
know who this is. This is my aunt, so and so, and this is my uncle. So that'll probably end up happening. If it was just like my batch of photos, I would be approaching it the same way, like just let's
Yeah.
just scan everything and then we'll figure it out after.
Yeah.
But yeah, that seems like quite the undertaking, and I wish you the best of luck. And I'm
Yeah.
very happy that I don't live in the area currently.
The yeah, the what's it called? I think in the end of this, I need to think about how I'm sharing all of these, but that'll be after sorting. I
Mm,
think get the stuff up there, and then that's at least one thing off my mind. So,
okay.
speaking of things on your mind, what have you been up to in the last week? How was your visit with your friend?
Bubs, Christina went back on Saturday, and if we do a rewind, it was a lot of food, a lot of walking, a couple of things that were new to us as well. She enjoyed her vacation, as far as I know, and as far as she's communicated. And I was kind of
And
like
you're still
working.
friends?
Yeah, we're still
Yeah,
friends, so I guess it was a success. Um, no, I'm glad she got to relax and she had a nice vacation. I worked for half of it. It was a very weird, like,
yeah.
working too much during the weekend, staying logged in, trying to do the bare minimum for the rest of it. But, um, no, it was good. We went to, so we had never tried Raisin Cane's, the chicken finger place. Never had it.
Oh, so that's okay. When that's what I was wondering. I'm like, when you said stuff even new to you, was
Yeah,
that
yeah.
okay?
Like we
Like
we
tourist
hadn't
or
gone there yet, and so it
okay?
was one of the places that she had mentioned, and I was like, sure, we haven't gone yet. Like I'm down. And plus, if I go any place, I'm always ordering the chicken fingers anyway. So what the hell difference does it make? Might as well go to a place specifically for chicken fingers.
Correct. I can confirm. Delicious. We were on a college tour on Saturday and they had one on campus and we were like, well, before we leave, may as well get some chicken.
Well, delicious. Okay, so here we go. Here we go. Uh, I'm sorry, Saint Cluckus, Lord of Chickens, whoever the hell reigns over this stuff. But I'm gonna go with a 6 on 10, 7 max.
Oh, really?
For
Okay.
fast food chicken, it falls in the same bucket, which is I wish I made something at home, but not
Okay.
a little bit, maybe a little bit too greasy for me. But it was crunchy. At least I was happy with that. I liked the crunch.
Yes.
Jake, Jake got like weird soggy fucking non-crunchy chicken. I don't know, he got like a
No.
bad batch. So, Christina seemed to like it, so I guess that was a success. The guest. As long as the guest is happy.
Yes. I always question in the Raising Canes, the thing that I find no purpose for is you've given me French fries, you've given me chicken. Why did I get buttered toast?
First of all, as
I
someone
know
who
it's
is
good, but I'm
composed
like,
of 70% carbs, I didn't fight the bread. I was pretty
you didn't
happy
fight the
about
bread?
it. No, it tasted good. I think that was the best
It does
part of the
taste good.
meal. I
Oh,
think it
okay.
was the best
I just
part.
when we had that, like the kid and I just scarfed down the chicken strips and the French fries,
But
and
I
then
did see people opening the bread and then shoving the chicken in and pouring whatever the hell the sauce was. So maybe they make chicken sandwiches out of it or
oh,
whatever.
I've
The
never thought of
toast was
that.
the best thing on my plate. Mine wasn't crunchy at all. See, Jake is
Yeah,
like, I missed
well,
out.
that's a shame.
Life sucks.
Yeah, they're not close by. Heather's daughter will actually. I remember was it Sunday night? Um, yeah, it was Sunday or Saturday night. Saturday night where we were doing a little bit of house stuff on that accent wall of hers, and the her daughter and her two friends come down the stairs and they're dressed and packed for an exit,
Hmm.
and Heather kind of like eyeballs them from the other side of the room and is like, "Where are you going?"
Yeah, yeah,
At 6:45 at night, and they're like, "We're going to Canes," and it was like,
yeah.
"Uh-huh. Are you going to the one that's like 45 minutes away or the one that's an hour and a half away?" They're like 45 minutes away. We'll be back.
Well,
But they're not close, so it's like, toodaloo. Yeah.
well,
But again, it's funny. It's like we would like a treat. We did good job. We would like a treat.
I think honestly, I would probably try it again but I'm not like dying for it. I would eat that before I would eat KFC though. Now that I've had it,
Yeah.
yeah, now that I've had it, I would definitely eat that before I. And I waited 20 something years to eat KFC again, so definitely don't care about waiting.
Yeah.
But yeah, not bad. Then what else? We went
Did you guys
to.
do any touristy stuff or?
Well, we went to the mall for the first time downtown Austin. I'm not a mall person, but I was. It's a mall. It's like one of those Simon's malls, like the one in Philly, the Simon's Mall.
Yeah, yeah.
Same thing. Um, she needed to go to Sephora. I bought some eye cream because I was like, this will cost less than $3,000 of surgery. Let me try this cream for $20 and see what happens. And oh my God, Jake got the longest haircut I've ever seen a man take to get a haircut. Every time I turned around, the man was like doing the same spot. At one point, the light above him from where we were sitting made him look like the guy was shaving like around, he looked like
George
Pope
Costanza.
Francis. Yeah. Like, or Friar Tuck. And I was like, what the fuck's this guy doing?
Happening over there.
Yeah, and then like I kept turning, like talking to Christina. We're having a few words, you know. I turned back around. He's going over the same part again. I was like, cut the man's hair. But anyway,
He's a good man and
it
thorough.
was it was it was a good haircut. It came out really nice, and he had the whole like facial like razor
Yeah. Like straight razor?
Yeah, yeah.
Or
And
a beard
so
trimming.
the
Okay.
beard, yeah, the beard shaving with the straight razor. Well,
Oh, okay.
yeah, and so that
Those are
was the
nice.
longest part of it. Was really just like the guy coming out. They weren't really busy, and he was like, "Hey, man, you need a haircut?" And I was like, "Go," because the last lady decided to fucking, I don't know what she was doing, but just go fix this kind of thing. He wanted to fix it. He definitely did. So it came out really nice. Yeah, it was just a regular mall experience, not a big deal. But we hadn't gone,
Nice.
and we drove around downtown Austin for a bit so she can get some nice photos.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, most of it was like exploring food places and walking around here. I think she just wanted to relax. I think she enjoyed being able to walk to Starbucks and walk to the grocery store because
Yeah.
why drive? It was kind of muggy though some part of the week, a little bit rainy, but no, I think overall she enjoyed her time. We went to Whiskey Cake. Whiskey Cake is freaking awesome.
Yeah, what is whiskey cake? You mentioned that, but I am not.
I will let you Google it.
Whiskey cake and not a recipe, please. Okay.
Buddy
Whiskey
guy, can
cake
I put
kitchen
you
and
down now?
bar.
That's where I
Okay.
sent you that photo of the lamp.
Oh, that's right, of the lamps. Yes. Oh, look at this place. Oh, how lovely.
It is a lovely place. Their food is really good.
They have
Their
one in Tampa?
oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm like I occasionally am in the let's see
7
here.
of the days was 75 and sunny. Yeah, it's true. But early in the morning, it was still like it probably got to 75 and sunny for the majority of the week that she was here as a high. But some of the mornings
Yeah.
it was kind of booty cheeks, a little swampy.
Yeah, it could be
Early
could be worse.
mornings.
Could be like 25 like it was here.
We tried barbecue.
She's coming back from Montreal, so I mean it's anything's better than
Anything's better,
freezing to
exactly.
death.
Yeah, she was just happy to have it be warmer, and I totally understand. We went to the range, so she fired her first weapon.
Oh, very cool.
I'll have you know, children, that after many years of Battlefield and Halo, you too can be a good shot. Same thing. She did great. She was a good shot.
Did you guys like what did she have the pleasure of shooting?
Just an AK and what else? Beef Angus. I think it was a Smith and Wesson, just a pistol. I don't know
Okay.
what it is.
All right, cool.
He'll type it in the chat. I'm ignorant.
Yes, please.
I'm
in the
still
chat.
80%
Curious
Canadian.
about. Yes, you're 80% Canadian. I'm curious about calibers. So that's cool.
Yeah, he can
Enjoy it?
type that in there.
Yeah.
She had a good time, yeah. It's not my first time. I was just like, because
Oh, no,
obviously,
I know,
like,
but
last year or 2 years ago, we were kind of freaking out because the ammo was super expensive. Everything was like really stupid expensive. What did he say? AR-15. Oh, SN
Yes,
9
that's a
millimeter.
9.
That's what it
Nice.
was, a 9 millimeter.
Very cool.
So,
and she did good, huh? So that's
yeah,
cool.
she had a nice grouping. So she enjoyed that. She got over her fear of firing a weapon. And then, like in style, like you do in America, after you fire a weapon, you go have barbecue. And we had
Yes.
like a giant loaded baked potato with another thing that was like Doritos and nacho, like some. Anyway,
How does the phrase go? Oh, I can't remember what.
congestion.
No, I'm thinking of a comedian. Bring me the whole cow, and I'll ride the rest home.
Did she fire a needler? No, but she could if she wants to. Okay, it's kind of classic American pew pew guns. Yeah.
Yes.
Um, but yeah, that was good. And what else? Southside barbecue was good too. That's a place near us. Uh, oh, and Kura, which she was enamored with Kura. I tried my best to not spoil Kura for her
What's
because
Kura?
Kura is a revolving sushi bar.
Kura sushi. There we go.
Yes,
Revolving sushi bar.
yes,
Oh,
and it is
that
very
wow.
fun, and it's cool to just see food like go by you, and you just pick what you want. You can also order
Yeah,
off of
yeah,
the
yeah.
screen. It's a fun little sushi bar, but what struck me the most is that so I figured worst case she's going to look this place up because I've mentioned it a couple times, and I'm trying not to spoil
Mm-hmm.
anything. But if she wants to inform herself, she will find out what it is. And she just happened to not, or even if she did, it doesn't matter. But they have recently added robots that deliver you your beverages. So to
Oh,
see her face just go like, what the hell? Like there's a little robot that showed up like, ding, 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 here, your drinks. And then she's just like, oh, yes, America. And then you heard an eagle and it was like a lot of fireworks for, a restaurant. Sophie's over there.
that's awesome.
Soph, go daddy.
Yeah, I'm actually. Turns out there's one in the city in here.
Yeah, go do it.
Yeah, yeah, and I think it's near.
Sorry
It
about
is
that.
near. Wait, where is that? What's that cross street? No. Well, that I can do. That's literally like around the corner from. If that's what it is, that. Well, you have a name. Okay, you're Chestnut. Chestnut Walnut. Okay, where's Market? Okay. No, that's sweet. This is actually
Yeah, it is a really
yeah, this is like literally
fun
right around the
place.
corner from Heather's train stop.
That makes me happy to know that there's one there too.
Yeah. Easy and city.
Never too far from deliciousness. Okay.
Yeah. That's awesome. Okay, I will have to
Yeah, so that was it. We went to Bucky's. The last time we went to Bucky's on the way out, we actually got starstruck because the actual Mr. Bucky's was there. I mean, in all my life,
with
I
the
never thought I would meet the
head
mascot.
and the outfit. Oh, really? That's awesome.
You know what the funny part is?
Hmm.
Christina is very tall. I don't know how tall she is, but compared to me with my weird geriatric spine lately, like she's at least a foot taller than me. And
Yeah.
so she's like, "Oh, she indicates that there's something going on there." She's like, "Is that the Bucky's himself?" And then I can't see because I'm
Is
like
that the
stuck in this
Buckster?
weird like. I was like, "Oh, it is." The people doing weird things with this mascot. One woman was like having him hold her like in a weird way, and I was like, bro.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Please keep your distance
And in my
from
head
the
I'm
mess.
thinking this is probably like a 15-year-old kid just trying to make
Yeah.
like a few bucks for the weekend, and you're
I
like
know. You
groping
don't know where
you're
that. You don't
groping
know
the
where that.
beaver,
You don't know where
like,
that beaver suit's been.
oh my god. And I already felt bad because I'm like, that thing's not ventilated. That thing is just one
That's the third
giant.
15-year-old in the shift sweating his
Yeah,
ass off in
yeah,
that poor
exactly.
thing.
It smells of balls, farts, and whatever beaver nuggets they had freaking prior to that. So
I can just see the kid like they don't let him take a proper break. He has to eat in the suit. He pulls his hands in and he's just eats
he's
his
just
chicken
eating in the
strips
suit. Yeah,
inside.
exactly. Uh, but there's so many like she had the same reaction that I had, which
Yeah.
is, okay, I get it. I get it. It's vast, but it's just
Yeah.
a giant gas station.
It's a
I
giant
still,
it's a gas station with a grocery store
yes,
and
but
food.
not the same because okay, so
Yeah,
here's
yeah.
here's my list of stuff. Okay, here's my list. My
Okay.
list is if I had to be like in order of places you would eat like food at a gas station, right? Because it took me a while to realize the difference here. Everybody says, well, it's gas station food, but it's not because the gas is an afterthought. It happens to have gas. It's really
Yes.
just a tiny
This is what
grocery store, and some of
yeah.
it has fresh food. So, in
This is what
order.
people say about Wawa's here, which is it's food first, and then it came added
But
gas.
when I immigrated, and my first place was Philly, I was like, get food at a gas station? In Montreal or other places that I've gone to across Canada, gas station food is that weird sandwich that nobody's eaten for the last 7 days from the Sunoco.
Yeah.
Like, you don't, like, you don't
it's
touch
not
that.
freshly.
Like,
It's not freshly prepared.
yeah, it's that mystery pickle at 50% off where you're like, nope, not going to have diarrhea for this road trip. Hard pass. So, in order of, at least this is just as a personal list. I don't want anybody to attack me. Again, we're not sponsored by either.
Please don't email me.
Yes, please. And I hope that our competitors over here don't get too mad because I really do want to be sponsored by those Ziplocs. The list in this order is Quick Trip from Wisconsin.
Okay.
Okay. Wawa next. Very, very close, but Quick Trip just have some food that I'm just like crazy about. And if I ever drive through Wisconsin again, I have to. Then it's Buc-ee's. Then it's the Quick Trip here, which is called QT. It's not the same thing.
Which is different. Okay.
Yeah. But the jerky bar at Buc-ee's is awesome, yes. But that is like because you love jerky. I'm not like going out of my way trying to gauge dehydrated meats from gas station to gas station. I just mean
dehydrated
overall.
meats that I'm gonna get stuck in my teeth.
Just overall.
I love my dehydrated meats.
There was one that he purchased when we first got here, or one of our visits, which was like a garlic something. It was actually smelled really nice every time you opened the bag. Ooh. But like contents aside, I would definitely go Quick Trip Wisconsin, Wawa, Buc-ee's, and then the Quick Trip here. This is not a big deal here, the Quick Trip. This is not.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever stopped into a Buc-ee's despite all the traveling cross country. Okay. Maybe I have, but it's been so many years, I mean, I have no recollection of it. But, yeah. And Quick Trips up north, yeah. Also not.
Yeah, but they have...
I don't know how far south they extend. I mean, I've been through, like, Illinois and stuff, but...
I don't
Yeah, I don't know if they... Yeah.
Is there any Quick Trips outside of, like, Wisconsin? I feel like I'm having a brain fart. This is what happens when you move too much, kids. It's just one giant state. Doesn't make sense anymore. I would Texas cheesesteak burrito at Buc-ee's. He's getting into Buc-ee's now. The burritos, he's undoing my list. That's what he's doing.
So there was for Buc-ee's napkins earlier.
No, they weren't.
No.
They have actual.
It was Starbucks.
Everything is marketed over there at Buc-ee's. Are you serious?
Yeah.
No. There's no blank anything at Buc-ee's. Yeah, nothing at all. QT from South Carolina. It's the same thing here. It's the QT. It's just like you have coffee, you have some snacks, a couple stale donuts, and like you have some 7-Eleven adjacent types of aluminum wrapped food, but it's low qual. No.
Well, that's what I was going to say is that like 7-Eleven, I wouldn't even put up on that list.
Low quality on the scale of gas station food, of course. Let's all
go back to
yes. Let's all come back to reality here. We're talking about gas station food. I'm sorry that I've snubbed my nose so high to you gas station folks. I didn't even count 7-Eleven because it's just it's beneath me, honestly. So anyway, never getting sponsored by them. Breakfast pizza at QT is actually pretty good. I'm gonna call you a liar. So, maybe it is. I don't know. And yeah, I think it was just so. First stop was Buc-ee's on the way in. The last stop was Buc-ee's on the way out, and that's it. It was a few restaurants in between.
Very cool.
Just trying to relax. I did that weird ass like really long weekend of work, so it was just trying to enjoy. We had a barbecue. Like we grilled out, and then people came over.
Oh, very nice.
We had a nice big barbecue. I know that when we do leave the area, we're probably going to hoard 2,000 pounds of sausages from over here and have to bring over there. Or have to have an agreement with people that still live here to ship sausages.
Gonna need it. Yeah. But gonna need a second freezer.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sacrifices need to be made.
Well,
I'm
that's
still
it.
eyeballing all these sushi rolls from Kura.
They're really good. There's some really, really good ones.
I'm like, I can already see. Like, I'm already like gathering momentum towards turning to the kid tomorrow and being like, "I'll do sushi for dinner tomorrow." Seems as good as time as any.
Where
I
did you
haven't had
say
sushi
it's
in a bit.
located? You said Chestnut?
Yeah, it's like right in the city.
Ooh, I'm happy it exists. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
I'll drive the 45.
Yep. Locations. They have one in Pittsburgh and they have one in the center of Philadelphia on Chestnut Street.
Holy polar opposites. Okay.
Yes. One in
Jesus.
each.
Okay.
You're welcome to also go to New Jersey. Edison is not that
I
far.
don't really
Jersey.
feel welcome to ever go to New Jersey, but that is very kind of you to offer um, that option as well.
10
Um,
locations in Texas, but not as
really?
many as California.
Okay.
18 in California, 19 coming soon. Sign up for updates. Speaking of things that are opening, they dropped a Krispy Kreme on the
Here we go again with your Krispy Kreme.
on the ancient burial ground of an Applebee's. But we missed the they had a friends and family opening, and when we were coming back from our college tour, and we missed it by that much because they were giving away free donuts. But Heather and her daughter and her daughter's friend managed to scoop in there. I know we
I'm
talked about this. Well, like
I'm
the
the first
novelty is
person to
warmed
say
up.
like down with bees, but also I
Yeah.
don't care about Krispy Kreme. Nova says Krispy Kreme is mid. You know what?
Yeah.
I might be swayed in another direction if I actually had a fresh goddamn donut from a Krispy Kreme. But I'm like, again, we've talked about this, and I'm just not someone that
Fried delicious dough is fried delicious dough. I mean,
fried delicious dough. Oh my god.
if I had to pick, there is a local donut place around here that
Mm.
somebody, where was it? Was it we a former coworker of Heather's has a her daughter was having a 1 year old birthday, but she also just moved into her new house, so it was kind of like a housewarming party. So
Mm-hmm.
we swung through, ate some food, hugged some people, and
Meh.
you know,
Yeah.
and I mean, there's infants around. Like we're not, everyone's doing a thing, so it's one of those cordial appearance, shake hands, kiss
Mm-hmm.
babies, and they had gotten donuts from this local place, and we were like, oh, they got the good ones. Quick, which one do you want to split?
The only fried dough that I'll ever go nuts for is this like cheap treat that my mom always made growing up, which is basically essentially just fried pizza dough, and it's
Yeah.
called, which is dialect, but it's screpella, which is you just make this giant dough and then you start to work it so it's like a snake, right? So now you have
Okay, I was
like
gonna ask you
cord
like what shape.
basically,
Okay, so you got a rope of
a
dough.
rope
Okay,
of dough, and you deep fry it, and
in like cohesively in its whatever 2 foot long section. Okay,
yeah,
so
like you
not like
feed
cutting it
it
up into.
into the oil, and
Okay,
then you make these spirals of dough,
okay,
and you can, like, there's no right or wrong. You could put powdered sugar on it if you'd
yes,
like, but
yeah.
I've always liked them with just the tiniest bit of salt or nothing at all. And
Salt, interesting.
oh
Okay,
yeah, it's so good. And it's just warm, crispy fried dough that's what we used to eat. No problem. You're hungry? Flour and water. Like, there you go.
yeah,
Flour and
that's
water.
where I love all of this. Is like just deep fried starches.
Yeah,
Chop chop.
peasant food, man.
Bring
You're
me
hungry?
some
Rice and
fries.
beans.
Yeah,
That's
bring
my
me some
comfort
French
food.
fries.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah. There was no mac and cheese for us growing up. Mac and cheese was just you're eating pasta and you're putting like a shit ton of parmigiano on it, and that's it.
yeah,
So
yeah. It wasn't like you weren't making a roux and melting cheese.
no,
What are you doing
no,
over
no.
here, dog?
But yeah, no, it was great. It was so nice to see her. We hadn't seen each other in 4 years. It was sad to say goodbye. I know she was looking forward to going home. And there's just stuff to do, like 4 years just flies by. I haven't seen you in 5 or 6 even. 5
Yeah.
probably. And so it's just weird, right? Because, okay, like, fine, we'll talk and we'll see each other face to face, but I was talking to her about it. I was like, holy fuck, like, I hadn't even realized. I'd sent my sister a message, and I said, I can't believe Leo, my nephew, I can't believe Leo's gonna be 3. I go, she goes, he's gonna be
Yeah,
4.
because
And
the
I'm
last
like,
time you were up there was after he was born, right? So
I skipped a whole year. First
yeah,
of all, I blame COVID. Like, you know,
yes.
some
Oh
of
no, no,
that
no,
is
that's right.
just
The
the fact
timing.
that my timing is fucking skewed. And I just, like, jaw
Those 2 years
dropped. I was
just
like,
don't
fuck,
exist.
4 years, man. Yeah, so I look forward to the trip to Italy, which has overtaken the plans to go to Montreal just from a budget standpoint because,
Hmm.
well, I eat fried dough, folks. I'm not rich. And and we can only afford one thing at a time here, and Italy's already going to be expensive. But I also, you know, with the plan to likely move to the East Coast again, that's just going to be easy peasy, up and down, 8 hours. I know that drive. Like, I've done it a
Yeah, yeah.
million fucking times. So I look forward to that too. And it's funny now because every time I think of a place to go to, I just think of the food I'm going to eat there. Italy is just going to be like, that's going to be like on a cloud of just
Yeah.
great, delicious food. And feeling good too, right? Because it's mostly fresh.
Hmm. Oh yeah, and I mean that's when we were in
Mm.
Europe this past summer. Same thing, or past fall. It was definitely the
You're
same
like,
thing.
why
Where
did I eat 75,000 calories? And I feel so good. So
yes,
good.
it's so good, and I walked like 14 miles and still feel better.
I know,
Um,
yeah. Yeah,
oh,
so
I
I'm
know. I
looking
mean
forward to
the
that.
yeah yeah. Both my daughter and Heather's were very upset when we landed. They were I got sad and melancholy. Like we have to eat garbage again.
You know, right away, you eat one thing, and right away your intestines are like,
They're like,
thanks a
what
lot.
happened to the fresh beef from an actual cow? Not shredded newspaper.
Yes, yes. Yeah, what is a 3D print? It's like, oh, you never had a... Here, let me show you. Where's your orange cheese? Excuse me? Where's your cheese
Yeah.
in a can?
Yeah.
Ah, no capisce.
Uh,
So, yeah, it's one of those things. It's true, though.
Cheese whiz Nespa?
Cheese whiz Nespa? My God. There goes the Eiffel Tower. The Eiffel Tower becomes the Leaning Tower of Pisa, and then Europe caves into itself. Yeah. But
There
now,
was I remember one place that we ended up, but a lot of that's actually my favorite thing about when we were in Paris was just the absolute just kind of, and I don't know, you'll have to tell me if Italy's anywhere like this where like we would go just wandering like, oh, we're it's time to be hungry. So just start like hopping from menu to menu until you go, this is good. We should stay here. Or we were getting off the subway, like we were pulling into a subway station, and out the window, the girls saw a place that just said the title on the marquee said pizza crepe, and they're like, we must go. And what is
yes.
not that complicated? They serve pizza, and they also have crepes
Hmm.
and everything in between,
Yeah.
and full meals and burgers and steak frites, and it's this gigantic, it was right by the Eiffel Tower, so they've got their menu is that of like you've seen the menus at Cheesecake Factory, right? You get a Bible and you start flipping a laminated Bible, you start flipping through. We're
Yeah.
like, you
The
know what?
shit that makes Gordon Ramsay
Yeah.
stroke out. Like, why do you have 200,000 items? It's supposed to be 10 max. It's like, okay.
Yeah. But it was great because the girls are like, okay, we're gonna start with the pizza as our first course. We're like, what do you mean your first
What
course?
do you mean
It's
first course?
11:30 at night.
Oh, but that is something that I miss. Oh, that I
Yes.
miss that so
I
much from
say that
Italy.
laughing though.
Oh, I
Yeah.
miss that. I miss having dinner at 8 or 9 and
Yeah.
then just digesting for 2, 3 hours straight because people are just constantly walking. Okay,
Yeah.
dinner. Let's go, do a nice promenade in La Villa and just walk around
Yeah.
and keep walking. And it's just, yeah, look forward to it. But no, that's all I got.
Good.
It was a good 10 days. I obviously wish that I had all of the time off entirely, but you know what? She had a great vacation. She was able to unwind. She didn't check emails. She did what she was supposed to do on a vacation. And she got
Damn
like,
right.
she basically won him over because the next day he was like, wait a minute. where's that person that's staying in our spare room? And he started pacing back and forth. So it took a couple days for him to
Where's
stop
my
barking.
new friend?
Yeah. Sophie heard right away. She would sit next to her on the sofa, and no, I was so happy to see her, and it was a nice time, and I missed her. So, yeah, that's all I got. This one's gonna be real pissed at me in about 5 minutes. Let me tell you. I just sat down. God damn it. Yeah, she's gonna be real mad.
You're gonna disturb my rest with your W's.
I know. I tried to convince her to go for an RIDE at some point a few days ago when Bubs was still here. And I asked them both, you want to go for a RIDE or something like that, or a W. It was during the day. So it must have been a W, I know, because we had like and she just was not interested. And normally, like, you know how they are. They're always super excited to do this. And she just didn't care. She was comfortable where she was. She was sitting on top of the sofa. Like, the sun was beaming. She was on her luxury blankets. Like, she was like, do not disturb me, human. And then as soon as he ran out the door, that's what gave her the power to just
forget
get
about
up.
me.
No, she was pissed because he's not supposed to run out of the door. So she went to go police him. That's what motivated her. She's like, I was fine, and now I gotta babysit your ass because you're not supposed to be going out. So anyway.
Oh, pets. Yeah.
Oh, cutie patootie. Cute. Oh, hi, Soph. I didn't know you wanted to be picked up. Yeah. So.
Still cute.
She needs a bath. She looks like she tongued the socket. But it's okay. Yeah, and she smells like little farts. So we're gonna take them for a W. You can't see the other one, but he's literally dying right now because I'm not holding him and I'm holding her. I will put a secondary camera and tie it to the leg of my desk, and then maybe we can figure out what's happening next week. But yeah, I'm looking forward to our call Thursday.
Thursday we have to skip. So
we have to skip Thursday. Wow, guys.
Yeah, so it'll be next Monday.
All right. Did you see the description for the episode for last week's episode? Or did you just copy past that blindly?
I read it, but I did not retain it.
Ouch.
I read it.
Second paragraph about you.
Second paragraph.
Nova says go to Italy, get some pizza, ask for ketchup. I wonder what would happen. If you're in a tourist spot, they'll just give it to you and talk shit about you.
Oh, yes. I did see that, though. The unfortunate news about my word working class and how John Cusack broke up with me. For real this time. Yeah. Not a reschedule. He didn't say reschedule his date. Yes.
But yeah. Thanks, everyone.
I love the hashtags. All right.
The hashtags are great. Yes, thank you, everyone. This was And Whose Fault Is That? We'll see you next Monday. Ta-ta. Toodles.